I'm Stacy Gordon. Welcome to That's My Jam. Y'all ever have those days where sometimes you're just in the mood for some comfort food? This dish is a Stacy's favorite. It's absolutely one of my favorite things to make. Today we're going to be making some shrimp and grits with red-eye gravy. Y'all don't want to miss this one, so let's get started. Our first step is going to be get this red-eye gravy going. We're going to be needing about a half a cup of strong coffee. So if you don't have any left over from this morning, you need to go ahead and brew up a little bit. Next, we need a good skillet. We're going to place that on some medium-high heat. And I'm going to add just the tiniest bit of cooking oil. Maybe about a tablespoon. While that's heating, I'm going to open up my package of country ham. We want to make sure our skillet is nice and hot before we add this country ham. We want to get a really good sear on this and make lots of delicious drippings in the bottom of this skillet. While our ham is frying, we're going to get started on the grits. We need to get 2 cups of water in a medium-sized saucepan and bring that to a boil. My country ham is done. You can see how gorgeous and golden that is. That'll be breakfast tomorrow. But more importantly, you're going to be able to see what's left in our skillet. Maybe a spoonful of the oil, but just look at this delicious flavor. I've got that back on the heat, and we're going to measure out a half cup of coffee. That's going to go right in our skillet. Oh, how I remember my mom making this when I was a kid, and I would hold my ears when she would throw the coffee in because it's such a loud noise. Now you're going to need a flat spatula because we want to start working this, and we want to make sure to scrape every bit of that flavor off the bottom of this skillet. We're going to work this around for just a couple of minutes until it reduces maybe 25 to 50%. My mom made the best homemade biscuits and gravy, but every now and then she would make up some red-eye gravy for she and my dad. They never let me eat it because it had coffee in it, and I guess they felt like I was riddled with enough anxiety. We've reduced this down probably about 50%. I'm just going to set this on the back burner and we'll come back to it later. My 2 cups of water are boiling now, so I'm getting ready to add some grits. I know this is irrational and doesn't seem to make any sense, but I like the grits that come in the little individual packets. I don't know why. For this 2 cups of boiling water, I'm going to add 4 of these. I'm going to whisk those grits into the water because I don't want any lumps in there. These are done pretty quickly, so I'm going to remove them from the heat and just keep whisking to make sure we have no lumps in there. I'm going to put in some salt and some pepper. I'm going to add a small dash of ground red pepper and some chives. I'm going to add just a little handful of some Colby Jack cheese. We're going to go back to stirring that in. All right, these grits are incredible just the way they are. And if you want to stop here with the grits, you can. But we're about to kick it up a notch with that red-eye gravy. While I'm finishing up those grits, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of butter into my wok. I'm going to get that on some medium-high heat. I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of the red-eye gravy to those grits. One final stir, and we're ready to make some magic happen. Next, I've got some beautiful red Argentine shrimp that I've patted dry. My skillet's hot, so I'm going to go ahead and throw those in. You need about 6 shrimp per person. You don't want to cook your shrimp too long, just long enough for them to get nice and pink. The shrimp are done. I'm going to go ahead and take them up. I'm going to reduce this to a medium heat. And in those drippings, I'm going to pour in some heavy cream. About a handful of grated Parmesan. Some Salt-N-Pepa. And I'm going to throw in just a little tiny bit of bacon grease. It only takes just a very short time for that mixture to start thickening. Once it does, we're going to throw our shrimp back in and get it off the heat. In my little ramekin, we'll lay down some of these grits. Now our creamy, cheesy shrimp. You can add a tiny bit of parsley if you fancy like that. And voila. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to do kind of a close-up so that you can see what's going on in that ramekin. You got your shrimp in its crazy creamy sauce. Underneath that, you've got those grits. You just need to find yourself a perfect little mixture of both and dig in. Y'all, I know this is not a healthy dish, but everything in moderation, right? You want some comfort food? This is off the chain. Well, I made a mess in my kitchen, but it was worth it. All of these ingredients have to come together kind of quickly and simultaneously. So you need to pay close attention to what you're doing and make sure that you've got your timing right on everything. I truly hope you have a fantastic week ahead. I'll see you real soon. In the meantime, turn off the TV, turn on some music, and just keep jamming.